Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the weekend check-in for the collectives. These are energies from Friday, December the 9th through December the 11th. And so do keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. These energies could play out this weekend. This message may or may not be for you, so please only take with you what does resonate. Leave behind the rest. Also keep in mind this energy reading is not sign specific, but I will call out any zodiac signs that I do feel need mentioning throughout the reading. So on Friday, we have Venus in Sagittarius forming a square to Jupiter in Pisces right before Venus enters into Capricorn in the fourth house of Scorpio. So there's a lot of intense energies coming through. We do have an aspect with the moon today as well, squaring it up with Jupiter in Pisces at 29 degrees 12. And then the moon is going to shift and work its way through Cancer this weekend, forming an opposition to Pluto and a trine to Jupiter. And so what I do feel is a lot of problems finding motivation over the coming days, especially when it comes to any daily chores or any monotonous hard work when it comes to earning an income. It is this deep sense of lack of discipline is what I feel coming through the energies, which could either cause difficulties at work or difficulties in fulfilling like familial responsibilities. And so especially if you have a family that you're dealing with. And so what I do want to say is charisma and charm will only get you so far, especially when it comes to avoiding any heavy responsibilities, when it comes to perhaps raising children, if there's family issues coming up. Whenever I see the moon working its way through Cancer, I do think families in focus, mother energy, maybe a mother wound coming up to be addressed on the weekend. It's this energy of maybe somebody here having questionable motives when it comes to some very loose moral values. And so this will likely cause problems in your love life, especially if you've kind of lowered your standards, creating all kinds of complications and quite possibly embarrassment from a poor decision. But I do feel commitments, relationships, and marriages are likely going to have some type of cause and effect playing out in the energies this weekend, especially if you've had a lackadaisical attitude, which can cause all kinds of irritation. And so it's this energy of maybe somebody giving you this impression that they just don't care or can't be bothered to deal with any serious conversations, which could lead to some type of extravagant emotional outbursts is kind of what I'm feeling. And so you're going to want to avoid playing into any aggressive outbursts because this can create more hardships and more restrictions, especially if you just want to live your life to the fullest. And so when I think of Venus energy forming a square to Jupiter, although Jupiter is all about expansion, Venus does rule money. Jupiter rules wealth, but I feel this is creating this tendency to maybe overspend because of the holidays as well. And when you overspend, especially if money is tight, this can lead to excessive feelings of entitlement, greed, extravagances, and this can definitely pose a serious warning for anybody that chooses to overindulge in drinking or drug use. So you do want to be aware of that. Moderation is going to be key. Kitty, you're going to have to get out of here. She's going to come right back up. I'm sure of it. She keeps photobombing all of the readings lately. And so you're going to want to really be mindful. They kept showing me the Temperance card. And so I do feel there is a need for moderation in the energies this weekend because that Jupiter energy is bringing in this free-spirited, extravagant energy, and you're really going to want to maybe just watch your resources a little bit. But then what I do like is Venus entering into Capricorn. So Venus in Sag was all about, putting these ideas in our heads when it comes to manifesting love and abundance, It was this very expansive energy, and now Venus in Capricorn is like, hey, it's time to ground these ideas, is what I feel. So with Venus being the planet of love and acceptance, pleasure, all of these things, Capricorn is saying, hey, it's time to focus on commitment and hard work. And so Venus in Capricorn is all about approaching any relationship issues from a mature standpoint. And so any immature romantic partnerships that have become so bound and restricted are not going to be so alluring anymore now that we're going into Venus in Capricorn. And so Venus moving into Capricorn is all about doing the hard work, taking a hard stance, especially when it comes to romance and love. And I do want to say love should never have to be earned. Love should be given freely. And so our effort counts as much as our heart if we really want that. We can't keep seeking to receive this approval from others all the time. And so relationships with Venus and Capricorn are going to be built on shared goals, shared values, a willingness to get through even the most difficult of issues, as long as you kind of get through them together. And so Venus in Capricorn is saying, hey, I'm ready to reward all of your hard work and your efforts when it comes to balancing out any relationship issues. And I feel Capricorn is helping us define any underlying problems so we can solve them in order to step into committed partnerships. And so when Venus is in Capricorn, we're going to take our relationships a lot more seriously. And if you're in a relationship where you're feeling like this person is just never going to fully commit to you, this transit is going to challenge us to put in the effort where is needed. Because if you're not getting the love and the affection that you truly desire, then maybe it's time to have that deep conversation about what's not working and what you had envisioned for the future. Because what is it that you're looking for when it comes to love? Because whatever you're looking for is always seeking you. And so this is creating this opportunity to get rid of any flighty flirtations, any superficial relationships, in order to build long-lasting, loving connections. And so Venus in Capricorn, we want our romantic endeavors to go the distance. We don't want to be wasting our precious time. Many of us are at a stage in our life where we're all done playing games and we don't want to waste time anymore, right? We're here for strong, committed partnerships. And so if you were born with a Venus in Capricorn, I want to say anyone who has ever been in a committed relationship knows about the two-way street when it comes to responsibility that comes with being in love. It is always a two-way street, and some days, you know, you might not be able to give as much as the other person, but it always ends up balancing out. And so if you're not with somebody who's willing to take partnership and commitment seriously, once you get past that puppy stage, that puppy love stage, then you really don't have anything substantial when it comes to a foundation. And so I think reworking relationship foundations and the energies this weekend. And so sometimes intuitively, we almost know painfully that we need to leave something behind, because love is a serious thing. Love is serious. It's not something to be toyed with. We should never, ever be playing with another's heart or emotions. And so anything worth having does require a little bit of work. But if your relationship is a constant battlefield, then maybe you need to rethink about giving your heart away to this person, is what I want to say. And so also with Venus in Capricorn, it can be this energy of not wanting to be all up in your feelings, unfeeling, unwilling to really give your love and heart to another person. It's not that you don't really care. It's simply that maybe you don't want to believe in less than what it is that you deserve. And so this is why we cycle through several karmic relationships in our lives to figure out what we don't want and to figure out where we've been settling for less than we deserve, so we can truly go after and manifest what it is that we know we desire and what it is that we deserve. And so if we're willing to open ourselves up to somebody, we need to be sure that once we let down those defenses, this person is not going to hurt us. This person is going to stand the test of time. That's one thing I've learned over the last several years. It takes time and patience to build a friendship first in order to create a long-lasting, committed relationship. Nothing needs to be rushed. Everything always works out in divine timing. And so I do feel it's all about putting in the hard work when it comes to commitment, and it doesn't sound very loving and all that jazziness of the Sagittarius energy, but it's showing love in a different way other than other Venus energies would with Capricorn and Venus. Many with Capricorn and Venus prefer to show affection and emotions through what they do rather than what you say. And I'm a firm believer in that. People can be all talk, but if those actions aren't matching those words, then those are just empty promises. And so many aren't going to be like shouting and professing love from the rooftops. It's rather about professing love to another through steadfast devotion, right? Steadfast devotion, consistently putting in that effort to make these relationships work. And so just as you will be there for another in a relationship with somebody through thick and thin, you're going to expect and want that same thing in return, especially if it comes to deciding to settle down with somebody long term. And so with this moon energy working in the mix, I do feel with that square aspect, many are going to be challenged when it comes to their values, their beliefs in some way, shape, or form this weekend. And this is going to be temporary. It's likely going to be felt for a couple of days throughout the weekend. But I feel like a critical pivot point. I just noticed 11:11 on the timer. So the awakening code, this could be a critical moment in your life that leads you to question your very identity or any of your underlying motivations behind why it is that you do. And what I kept hearing was bringing justice to a very unjust situation. And so the moon square Jupiter can bring all of these feelings of contentment with a lot of less drama in your life, but it's also known to make people lower their standards when it comes to relationships and how relationships are going. And so this can trigger a level of disloyalty or quite possibly even like public embarrassment or a scandal when it comes to two people thinking that they're in love with one another, but really they've not been paying attention to one another and what the other person needs. And so this aspect, I feel, is considered very combative when it comes to the Jupiter expansion aspect. But I do think it's a beneficial time to, deal with something that's been festering for quite some time. And then with the moon in Cancer opposing Pluto in Capricorn, this is going to create this inner turmoil. It's their opposites on the zodiac wheel. And so this inner turmoil will always be reflected in outer relationship drama, whether it's a one-on-one romantic partnership, a lover, a family member, a mother, a child, or even a work partnership or a boss. And so it can create these very extreme levels of intense feelings where you can no longer control your reactions or your behaviors. And so dramatic mood swings. Cancer moon always brings some mood swings into the mix. And so feeling strong and good about yourself in one moment and then quite possibly nosediving into a state of depression the very next. And so any Pluto transits to that natal moon energy can cause extreme emotional, irrational outbursts and changes, which can affect your family environment and your psychological development when it comes to any strong subconscious emotional impacts that you've had to experience in your life stemming around fear and failure, quite possibly even paranoia. Any negative attitudes inherited from any past events are likely to emerge to the surface in order for you to go through a complete and total transformation in the energies. And so this tremendous cosmic intensity and push to face our inner being and see what necessary changes need to be made in order to get grounded in healthy spiritual satisfaction. And so you might find yourself in a catalytic experience this weekend that will lead to the discovery of all of these negative emotional reactions, these toxic patterns and habits and behaviors that kind of need to be transcended as part of this ascension journey, which will also unlock any hidden psychic powers, unearthing of some psychic gifts quite possibly. And so I do feel get ready to maybe face some type of confrontations this weekend, especially if you've been dealing with somebody with manipulation attempts. Anybody that's, very possessiveness is coming up, guilt. This could lead to threats when it comes to any jealousy issues arriving. or arising in intimate and emotional, loving relationships. And so you're going to want to act and think with your highest motives, no matter what somebody else is doing. And so if you're the one coercing another person's individual expression to try and make somebody feel guilty about something, that's not good either, right? And so you might find yourself being coerced by somebody, or by somebody trying to instill guilt. What I want to say this weekend is it's better to be open and honest in all of your relationships. And be careful. You're going to want to use your discernment, because you might find yourself dealing with a person who's not been completely honest with you. And so this can produce a whirlwind of emotions when it comes to these subconscious tensions and patterns. And it might make you the victim of your own internal compulsions when it comes to reacting, which can create a karmic chain of events, leading you down this rabbit hole of the past, of things that maybe you thought you've already overcome, but you've really not dealt with at the seed point, at the seed, when it comes to finding an appropriate place and time for these reactions. But I feel we can't keep repressing or hiding these emotions. We kind of have to face them and then mold ourselves into a new creative aspect in our present life. And so you're going to want to take special care this weekend when it comes to any obsessive tendencies, any fixations. You might find yourself in a very difficult confrontation. If you're a man with a woman, that's going to be frequent at this time. It's like a battle of wits in relationships. And we need to remember everything is a reflection of what we are dealing with internally. And so it's not necessarily caused by a woman, but this woman might serve as a mirror to look inside of yourself, or vice versa. You might be dealing with a man serving as a mirror to find your own inner hidden motivations, and to understand these shadow psychological patterns that keep you stuck in these childish habits. And what I heard was karmic turn of events. And so we're going to jump in with the cards now, guys. We're going to see what needs to come through. I'm going to start off by using the tea leaf deck. We're going to get the current situation with this deck. We're going to get the current energy and emotions, recent past, immediate future, surprise from the universe, and overall energy. And then I'm going to clarify deeper with the tarot. And I also pulled Jackie Sharp's Shadow and Light Oracle deck. So we're going to dig deeper into some of these emotions coming up. And so bottom of the deck, we got a vulture here. So somebody here is likely working against you. Somebody here that you've had this gut intuition, this gut feeling, you've been ignoring it, which has led somebody down the pathway of a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. And I do feel somebody is receiving some wise counsel from an ascended master or crossed over loved one on the other side. And I do feel this really has taken a toll on somebody's physical health and their mental health. So we're going to get the current situation going on here. That is a huge pile. So we have to be careful, right? I do feel somebody here has somebody really trying to dig their claws into them. You know, like those claw machines trying to just nab somebody here. Then we got the month of June. So it could be dealing with a Gemini or a Cancer. I believe those two signs fall in June. And then we get this skull energy. So this current situation, there's some death energy coming out. And maybe there's been resistance to this. We also got the March energy. And that was coupled with disappointment in a friend or lover. So we could be dealing with a Pisces or an Aries here, where you're going to have some disappointment dealing with this person. I do feel a lover here. And I kind of feel maybe this lover is trying to create all kinds of trouble, problems, accusations, and obstacles. But I feel somebody's getting ready to rise above the fray. The eagle does symbolize freedom. And so I do feel there's a gift. There's a gift in this breakdown. What I want to say is hidden secrets can harm you. And I do feel some hidden secrets are coming to light. And maybe this person that you've been dealing with has been clinging to control since about March. Maybe you tried to make a break in June and now it's cycling back around, because somebody here has really been struggling with some pride and some ego. And there is an older man here. So this older man might be causing disappointment in a connection. I'm not sure. But I think at one point in time, you thought you hit the jackpot here with the marriage and the wealth card, and you thought this was it, this was it. But I feel somebody got entangled here in a karmic situation, and they're definitely feeling tied down. They're feeling very frustrated, and I think it's kind of time to step up and to take charge of a situation with the throne. And so I'm feeling an older man that's likely getting ready to step into divine masculine energy. When I see that throne, I think, who sits on a throne? An emperor. An emperor, an older man. But I feel this older man has been struggling with some pride and some ego, feeling tied down, feeling frustrated in maybe a marriage that's been, you know, barely hanging on by a thread because of the financial stability that it's brought. But I do feel somebody here is definitely thinking about taking a risk. They're going to really need to be careful, though, because there's trouble ahead. There's trouble ahead, and I think somebody has been dealing with these issues since about March. Maybe this won't completely clear out until March of next year, but we're going to get the current energies and emotions attached to this. Current energies and emotions, please. So, once again, greed. Dealings with a relationship or woman. So, we got a couple here. We got a woman and a man. You decide who you are. You could be a feminine, more in your masculine energy. You could be a man, more feminine. It doesn't matter. It's not gender specific. But I feel we've got a woman here. Beware of greed. And then we get the sun. So somebody I feel is definitely after somebody's money. Maybe this older man is wealthy. We got two people playing into some pride and some ego here. And I feel with the sun energy too, that's Leo. Could be dealing with a Leo. But I feel Scorpio energy coming through. But somebody here has been very greedy. Somebody just wants happiness and well-being too. But I feel holding on to a situation because of the financial difficulties. And maybe this older man has been taking care of this other woman who's been going through a difficult time. We're going to get the recent past. And recent past, yeah. This is a connection where I feel you've been feeling stuck. It's caused health issues, depression. I think, you know, if I could be a fly on the wall in this situation, I do feel somebody is getting ready to come out of this void of creation. We get the fly, the carrot. What I want to say is white rabbit. Somebody's lucky white rabbit. It is harvest time when it comes to the birth of a new opportunity. And so something here needs to be let go of where there are no successful plans. Maybe somebody is receiving a gift of abundance. They're currently receiving a windfall. And they're dealing with a woman who's only with them for their money, needing to be taken care of because she's struggling financially. That could be a situation here. Because recent past, we got windfall coming through and the news of a birth or a new business opportunity. And so I do feel the wheel is spinning somebody forward out of a foundation that was not built on truth, integrity. The tower comes in to rip something right out of your life. And there's been this energy of somebody very indecisive, rambling aimlessly in their life when it comes to moving forward. And I do feel a solid foundation is important here. But somebody's built something on shaky ground. And there are two people here that I think have been struggling with some greed. So immediate future. Wow, we've got a reconciliation here with a fair woman. So we got a masculine dealing with two women. So a fair woman. So dealings a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. So I feel an older woman, a fair woman. When I think of fair, I think of justice. Somebody very balanced, could be dealing with a Libra. And I feel this older man might be wanting to go towards a reconciliation. They see this older fair woman as their white rabbit, their good luck, their horseshoe. And I think slowly but surely somebody is getting to their destination in the immediate future. And I think this has been a long, long, daunting journey. And I feel maybe this masculine's been dealing with a very arrogant, boastful person. I feel more Leo. And I feel this person does not like being crossed, and they feel betrayed when it comes to maybe somebody stepping into a new experience with this fair woman that they want a reconciliation with. Yeah, there's that Libra energy, the scales. And so we've got a woman here that definitely has her life in balance. And she's been slowly getting ahead. And I do feel somebody wants to go towards this person for reconciliation. So let's see what the surprise is from the universe when it comes to this weekend message. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, wedge. Yeah. We've got somebody behaving very stupidly. We've got somebody here trying to create a wedge when it comes to two people coming together and reconciling. And so money bag is what I say. Maybe this fair woman is like a money bag person. Maybe she's coming into some abundance. But the wealth is attached to this older man. And so I do feel the surprise from the universe is this person is not going to be able to come between you and this person. Something very important is news is on the way. And it really is time for romance, celebration, and party. But we got somebody here acting like a turkey. Arrogant, boastful person behaving stupidly, trying to prevent somebody to go towards this new open possibility, this new opportunity. But I do feel this pathway is opening up, and I do feel guaranteed success, and this person trying to create a wedge is not going to be successful. Unsuccessful plans. So let's get the overall energy. Look at that financial gain. Pardon me, guys. I'm still clearing all of that gunk out of my throat. So financial gain. I do feel some blessings are coming through here, and there is a masculine getting ready to take the throne, and he knows he's got some hard work ahead to do. There is a masculine here that knows it's going to take some hard work, and maybe he's coming in with a ring, a proposal of some sort, because there will be a marriage taking place here. And I do feel somebody's been in an entanglement with some type of Black Widow energy, and they are protected from these negative forces. And I do feel somebody might need to reach out for some help here. Reach out and touch faith. I do feel get ready to accept some valid criticism this weekend too in the energies. So we're going to take a look at this older man. We're going to go a little bit deeper into this older man. Look at that karma. Past is coming back around. Somebody made a very unwise judgment call, and I feel somebody here has been blocked in the heart chakra. I feel a higher heart activation. I think the emotions are going to be very, very strong this weekend. Karma, that's judgment. That's the past coming back around to be dealt with. So, ooh, my cards almost went flying there. So let's take a look at this older man. Let's see what this older man has to say. We got two women and a man here, so we got some third-party energy coming through. I would like to know more about this older man. There is a marriage taking place, a spiritual union. We got the 2 cups. With the 2 of swords. Blocks are being removed when it comes to a spiritual connection. These are 2 people that are destined to be together. There's a lot of love here. We've got an older man taking off the blinders. He's taken off the blinders, getting ready to maybe go forward in blind faith. And he is making an unexpected choice in love for sure with the Lovers. So this masculine could have Gemini in his chart, water, air. But I feel a divinely guided spiritual connection here. And I do feel this woman, this dealings with this woman, she's going to be deeply hurting. So I feel this masculine has to break somebody's heart and is getting ready to block communication with somebody that's been very prideful, very egotistical, no more working together. I feel this older man's been dealing with a younger woman that's been emotionally manipulative. There's been all kinds of communication issues. I feel this Queen of Cups in reverse. She tries to explain herself. No matter how much she tries to explain herself, she just keeps creating digging a deeper hole. There's definitely no victory here. Unsuccessful outcome. And I do feel definitely a very bad investment with somebody that's been emotionally manipulative. You know, the magician is a manipulator, right? Somebody here that's been very good at lying, smiling while they're lying, and I feel trying to create all kinds of drama, trying to create a wedge, and there will be no success there. So let's look a little bit deeper at this woman. I do feel somebody is hurting very much so. Yeah, we got a Queen of Wands now with a Knight of Swords in reverse. So I think there's going to be all kinds of aggressive communication. Maybe this Queen of Cups, you know, I feel emotions all over the place. There's anger, there's fear. There's likely going to be an unexpected departure here, for sure. Unexpected departure, which might lead to an unexpected arrival for a reconciliation. But I do feel some very aggressive, combative communication coming forward with this woman. And I do feel she's going through some type of emotional difficulties. There is going to be a reset here. Absolutely. I do feel a brand new beginning here, but there's some past baggage that is coming up needing to be addressed. So let's take a look at this Tower. Because I do feel success with hard work and hard effort. But I do feel some kind of false foundation is absolutely crumbling. There's my confirmation. I just got the Four of Wands in reverse. So no more working together. This was a false foundation that created all kinds of confusion, illusion, disillusionment. And I do feel there's been a lot of loneliness due to this disillusionment. I feel somebody is just behaving very reckless because they are feeling betrayed, because they are feeling hurt, stabbed in the back. But this has been a long-standing burden. I do think an emotional outburst when it comes to a failed opportunity. There is that more aggressive communication because somebody has been juggling, playing games, and I do think this burden has been carried long enough. Definitely could be dealing with a Cancer here, but I feel somebody is all done playing games, being confused. Maybe they're dealing with somebody that's got a lot of options because this Queen of Cups is an emotional basket case looking for all kinds of other people to emotionally support her. But I do feel a releasing of a burden. So let's take a look at this fair woman that is coming into a reconciliation. We got the Five of Cups reversed just flipped out. And so I do feel there's been a lot of regret and guilt, maybe when it comes to a very imbalanced situation with this woman. I also feel this fair woman had to heal from some third-party interference. There is a lot of love here. There is a lot of memories here. So we get the Five of Cups reversed now with the Six of Cups. There's a lot of memories here. There's a lot of love here. I do feel a reconciliation of some sort after somebody moves on from a very combative situation where there was no equal giving and receiving. There was no equality. There was no equanimity. And I do feel this woman is coming into a love offer of some sort with somebody that feels like family. Any other messages when it comes to this fair woman? Any other messages when it comes to this fair woman? We got the King of Pentacles in kind of come out sideways, so not really upright, not really reversed. And so what I feel is we've got a masculine here wanting to reconcile with this fair woman, but maybe he's not sure if he has enough to offer. There could be fear about not having enough to offer. Or maybe he's trying to hide the fact that he's just recently come into a windfall of abundance. But I feel somebody's getting a major wake-up call. It's really time to take action, or you might miss out on this opportunity. I think somebody's coming in with an apology. I think somebody realizes they missed out on a huge, huge golden opportunity. They want to come in. They want to offer a cup of love. They want to apologize for some past manipulation, perhaps. Maybe they were deceiving themselves, but they see this person as their empress. And they want to complete a cycle with her because right now their life is looking hopeless. There's no healing in their life. And so something is about to come back around. And I do feel this has been a long time coming. So let's take a look at this archway and this wedge, because I do feel unsuccessfully keeping two people apart. I think we've got, yeah, we got the Five of Wands out sideways. So there's still somebody playing into this opposition with this person, creating a wedge. And there's a need to just release that resistance is what I'm feeling in the energies. Look at that. We got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I'm not working together with this very aggressive, combative situation anymore. It's just not working. I got to move on, right? It's time to move on. It's really time to celebrate, I think. And I think somebody's maybe withheld leaving this situation behind because there might be some gossip surrounding it. Maybe somebody's going to gossip about some secrets here. Secrets are coming to light. But this is going to create a brand new beginning here that will lead to a lot of hard work ahead and likely a higher commitment of some sort. So I do want to see what some emotions are attached to this other woman trying to create this wedge. Why is she kind of coming from that energy? We're going to see what emotions are attached to that. So we get Judgment and deceit. So I think because there's this other woman that doesn't feel like she is worthy and she's been deceiving herself too. And so a major judgment, I feel somebody's really spiraling. And this is going to feel like a shock. This is going to feel like a betrayal and likely lead to an emotional outburst of some sort. But I feel two people that have been in a connection really not meant for one another, both feeling alone. And I do feel this woman wants to punish this older man for making her feel something that she's already felt inside anyway when it comes to some lack of self-worth. And so I want to say what goes up must come down. I feel a woman that was up on her high horse and she's about to get kicked off that high horse in order to learn how to maybe mother herself. So what is the older man's emotional energies when it comes to making this connection or this decision between two people? We got mystery, vanity, rage, and guilt. Yeah, there's somebody here that is feeling very guilty for not doing what was best for them, for not taking this chance when they had it the first time around with this Empress, Taurus, Libra, because she is love. She is the epitome of love. She's a nurturer. She does it all. She takes care of the house, the kids. She nurtures everything. Everything the Empress touches, she grows. She's abundant. She's glowing. Everybody wants an Empress, right? But not everybody does the work that they need to do to be with an Empress. And so I do feel somebody has been very jealous at this person's success. And I think there's fear because they really don't know the answer. And I think somebody is about to have a very angry outburst for feeling tied down in a situation. And I think this is going to lead to a very disappointing ending. But I do feel somebody knows that this Empress is going to be released from their grasp if they don't take action immediately. So let's see how this Empress feels about this whole situation, because I feel she's really unbothered. I think maybe this Empress in the past had to release a very disappointing situation, and she's gone through some healing after a very maybe triggering event or separation, and she's come into her strength and owning her beautiful, amazing energy is what I'm feeling. And so we're going to get one more clarifier when it comes to this triggering event. So at one point in time, these two, I feel, had a very deep soul connection, and maybe this Empress was rejected for another woman. But I feel this Empress is now coming into all kinds of abundance and coming out of a period of depression, closing out a major cycle. And so what you see is what it is. Something here I feel is being seen clearly. And I do feel there's a lot of people wanting this Empress, and this masculine is very jealous and envious. And so I feel we've got an older man here that created a cycle of self-abuse, self-deception, and I do feel learning to speak to themselves with some kind words. And I think you are going to want to watch your reactions this weekend because I think it is explosive. So We're going to see what crystals might be beneficial when it comes to these energies. What crystals would be beneficial when it comes to these energies. We get quartz. Quartz will allow you to enhance your vision. Love my quartz. So basically, who needs it? Any rock hounds. Quartz helps intensify the power of any stones within your crystal collection. You know who really needs it is the Gemini. So maybe this older man has a Mars in Gemini in retrograde. And so I do feel we've got a masculine that has stayed stuck in believing in all of these limitations that his mind is put in front of him. And I feel he's cutting through some illusions, clearing the mind of self-doubt, and getting ready to surrender to divine will is what I'm feeling. Any other crystals that would be beneficial when it comes to these energies this weekend? Green calcite. That's a heart chakra energy. And so who needs it? Anybody who finds themselves lost in a forest of doubt without a map. Libra. So balancing out some inner polarities, some inner dualities here. Somebody's really holding their chest. I got some heartburn here right now. And so I do feel somebody's been avoiding making a very important life decision, and they see clearly now how they want to spend their life. And they see clearly now that they've wasted a lot of precious time playing games with somebody here. And now they are going in their heart's favor is what I'm feeling after a long journey of pushing and pulling, running and chasing. And so somebody's getting ready to grow from the heart space with chrysophase. And so somebody's getting ready to explore all of their hidden depths. And I do feel a lot of inner child healing is taking place. I do feel somebody's been crying for a long time, having a hard time forgiving themselves. I do also feel this Empress had to learn to forgive somebody who hurt her the most, which was maybe a reflection of some parental wounding. But I do feel somebody's all done being a doormat, and they're stepping into an evolved state of being, and they're not going to give up on love. They've got the green light to go. They've got the green light to go. So I do feel somebody is getting a ray of light shining down. Something's going to hit them so hard when it comes to some type of revelation, some type of awakening, aha moment. And I feel releasing any skepticism, going towards a connection that I think they've really dishonored. And that's kind of what I've got for the weekend. Check in, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out that description box below, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, share the videos, comment on the videos to, you know, bump them up there and let people know that, you know, this content helped you out. If it did help you out, feel free to share it with others that you might think might find this message beneficial. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you, guys.